Hey everybody, fuck everybody. Having a wonderful day. Despite the world around me. Well, fuck everybody. And the horse. I rode in on. What do you call that? Clouds? Is that haze? Some sort of chemical. Well, it's supposed to rain, I think. Fuck. That would be nice. It would probably be rain full of fucking metals. Yeah, fuck everybody. When you do the right thing in this world, you get slapped around. Like a bear or something on that mountain right there. Sure what it looks like. It looks like it's moving, dude. I got a scope. That looks like a bear or something. I think it's just a shrubbery. Yeah, fuck everybody. I went off on a good friend today. Again. I can't get over people. When I fucking figured out that the earth was flat. It was so massive. And I thought it would impact everybody. And I thought people that I knew, especially like my family members and close friends, of course, I thought all of them would be like, oh wow, because that's what the normal reaction is for anybody. And when you walk down that road of figuring it out, it gets ridiculous, you know. And I did it for 10 years. I'm still doing it, but I put that baby to bed. It's, you know, sometimes, I mean, it's I don't understand why it's an argument, and I don't understand how when people were figuring it out that the earth was flat, like around, what is it, 2014, 15, started getting big on YouTube, and they fucking shut it down with algorithms, and they censored it. It was the only thing they censored. They censored that before anything, because it's the truth. And they censor it first before they censor any alien stuff or any of that shit. And they say it because it's ridiculous. Wait a minute. And what about the other shit? I mean, it's not because it's ridiculous. It's because it's the truth. And people are so stupid. The way they cover it should fucking be breadcrumbs to show you what the fuck the truth is, because they're hiding. I mean, it's so then when I had these battles with people, you know, people you know for a long time, and you expect to use sensible thinking, man. And you wonder, it's like, I mean, I know it's we are totally programmed. Like, I was watching something this morning on MSNBC that was just blowing my mind how they twist. MSNBC is just ridiculous. Dude, it is the Little Hat Theater and the Little Hat point of view completely, because they had the chick from the CDC that got fired, that Kennedy fired, and Kennedy, that dude fucking, he's doing the right thing. But we're listening to the news crews and the people in the Senate or whatever, and whenever when they're having a fucking Senate hearing like that, or yeah, Senate or Congressional, no, Senate, they should, when that person is talking, they should put a little fucking thing on the screen below or above that says how much money they get from drug companies, because the bigger that number, the more act you'll get, the more they'll get into it. Like that Pocahontas one, that bitch, you ought to see her when she gets going about vaccines. You're killing our children. They're not able to get vaccines. Dude, come on. Look, if people don't have common sense, well, people don't really. People need to understand the whole deal with the vaccine, with any vaccine. And when they're doing all these tests, they say this one's safe and this. How in the fuck can you give a kid, they give him like 60 or 30, I don't know what it is, somewhere in between 30 and 60 shots. They have to get for newborn kids. So how can you tell which one's fucking them up and which one's not? So the testing's bullshit. The only test they need to do is the one they won't tell you about, where unvaccinated people, like the Amish, they won't even give you those studies. The Amish don't have anything, no diabetes, nothing. They have absolutely nothing, and they get no vaccine. That's the only study, or the only, see, because once you start injecting these kids, well, you're gonna go to court and do all this shit fighting over which ones work and which ones don't, and which one's killing them. Well, if you're giving them like 30 shots, how can you fucking tell anyway? It's out of control. So let's look at the studies where people got none of that shit. And they're fucking healthier than hell. They don't have anything, no diabetes or any of that shit. All that stuff was from vaccines. And these motherfuckers are in there arguing for it. I mean, and they're literally saying it's for the children's health. And it is actually the opposite. When you look at the ingredients of any of those vaccines, they'll say, oh no, they stop putting formaldehyde and mercury. Fucking look at it, dude. They didn't. And look at any of them. They all have shit that you would never fucking put in a baby or in a human. And these fuckers go in there, and it's such a criminal network, because like most of the doctors that go up in there, and they're all on the same team. They fucking botch the numbers and screw all the fucking studies and make it to where you can't. It's so confusing. And then they say, "Oh no, this one's safe." It's like bullshit. They're lying. I mean, and if they're willing to do that for money or for whatever, dude, they're killing kids, and they're trying to. I mean, everybody knows the COVID-19 jab was just fucking deadly. It killed my dad. And if they're fighting to see to say that, you know, under 6 months years old, under 6 months, under 6 month year old kids would need a vaccine for COVID. And that thing will just kill. And they say, oh no, the new one isn't. Fuck, dude. It's still going to be the mRNA technology. That all that shit should be pulled. It was a failed experiment. They're gonna come out with another fucking illness, and they're gonna fucking come out with another mRNA vaccine. And this time, they're gonna have the fucking government behind, and fucking drone warfare, and it's mandatory. That's why they're doing all this fucking this Trump shit. You know, they're trying to get, they're showing you what it's going to be like. And it's all the compliance. It's the compliance that got us here that's going to be the fault. And that's what I've said for the longest time. When all the little things that have been happening, it started years ago with you know, the fires they're doing. Nobody, there was no united front to say, hey, you can't fucking lie. We know what you're doing. We're gonna fuck you up. You know, there's none of that. Everybody is scattered and individually and confused, and it's just a fire, and you know, everything is working according to their plan. Now with that last whole Charlie thing, wasn't the kid on the roof, man. This guy with his arms crossed, standing next to him. If it was even real. I mean, I would say that our best ally would take somebody out, because he was no longer dancing to their tune. And he had a large, very large following. So that's what it looks like happened. But I mean, enough people have footage that show the dude with his arms crossed. I mean, and his reaction to when the shot was fired was just, he had his arms like that, and he went back, boom, dude. He was like, if you hear a shot, you react to it. There were like 4 people around him that did not react correctly to a shot. There was a girl, the dude behind him. I mean, especially if you're behind him, you're gonna fucking freak out. I mean, there were dudes behind him. It looked like they were fucking waving. Somebody was gonna steal fucking second or something. Doing all kinds of hand signs. And it reminded me a lot. See, man, like every time I don't want to say that it's fake, but and he was a Mason, but see, the way I see it is probably, even though he was a Mason, he was down with them. Our ally will cross those, you know, secret society lines and take you out, I think. That's what I think. But I mean, the only thing that made me think could have been a little bit of a show. Was there somebody had a picture of him before it happened, and there was something, you could see something under his shirt on the same side that he supposedly got shot on. And I don't know. So you can't expect, you know, I'll just wait a few days, you know. They'll tell you what happens with the investigation. Well, no, what they're telling us now, it was the kid. Dude, they're saying it was the kid, and that he had a motive, or he said he was going to do it. And he was a total patsy. Total patsy. I mean, it was... That's the fucking guy. You know... Fuck. When you think about it, if they did kill him, that means your good old orange man double-crossed the guy, the kid that might have got him elected, you know. If you pull that guy out, I don't think Trump wins it. But then again, you know, the way the orange guy and those fucking assholes think is they're done with him. So he's expendable once he's gotten him elected. Fuck, we'll build a fucking library in his name. Now they're fucking talking about all this hate speech. And pretty soon, watch, posting anything questioning the narrative of that shooting is going to be considered hate speech. Wasn't it just not too long ago the Republicans were screaming free speech, saying free speech is limitless, and then shoes on the other foot. Now there's stuff against them is hate speech. It's the exact same thing. That fucking Bondi chick, if she is a chick, I know that fucking press secretary isn't. She's had a lot of surgery to make it work, but she's not a woman. But that Bondi chick, she's a little hat, of course, but she's crooked as hell. We already know that because of the Epstein stuff. But fuck everybody. You know, arguing with fucking people I've known forever about fucking the shape of the earth. You know, I'm not the one being ridiculous. You know, when you can feel what's going on here. And that's why that's a separation subject. Because the ones running this shit, they want God out of the picture completely. That's why they eliminated his earth and gave you that fantasy spinning thing. I mean, look at the civilizations before this. There are 3 besides this, and they all have same looking thing, model. You see ours. It's like, it's the retard version. But what they would tell you and what people think, and what some of my friends think, is that we are smarter than them. That's why. That's why we have the ball Earth. And it's basic physics, physical physics. Water doesn't do that. You can't have oceans spinning around. 70% of fucking Earth is water. And you think it's a spinning fucking bathtub? Or spinning basketball? Water can't stick to a spinning ball. And gravity doesn't know how big something is to be activated. So if you can't pour water over a ball and it won't make an ocean around it, it won't work on the Earth. And if you say, oh, that you're stupid because the Earth can, it's the Earth, it's a planet. You're comparing a ball to a planet. The force, nature's, the laws of nature will apply, big or small. And to argue against that, it's, people got to go back to God. God, the Bible is the truth. You got people, I mean, when you do just honest, when you evaluate what they've told you with, the model that we live on, the ball spinning and all that, and I mean, if it was spinning, we'd feel it. Okay, and that's all there is to it. And if it was spinning, it would have to have an effect on the clouds, the wind. And if you ever seen a jet stream map, they used to have a weather website, and they show you the jet, if you look at the jet stream and stuff on different maps, and the topical version of that was the flat Earth. And they would call it a topical view. But what it was is the real view. Because it's like a Frisbee, a pizza. And when you looked at the jet stream, it was a perfect swirl towards the center. It made complete sense when you looked at the colors, how it went And they pulled that view off of the website because it showed it was too truthful. Now you can go to that website and they will not have a topical view because it showed you the truth. Because the winds circle the pole, the North Pole, which is the only pole. And I hope my friend isn't here. I'm not even gonna go that way. He was in that fucking tree last time. That was just fucking not cool. So I got really close to him. And I shouldn't be scared, but I am. Just because it's been every fucking time. Maybe go down my rope, go in the back door. See if Daddy's home. I think I just saw something move over there. I would not be surprised anymore. Next time I'd be surprised not to see him. Alright, I'm gonna cut this off. Alright, so